At least some law firms are standing up. There was a fantastic letter that was just sent to all these fancy places, all these Ivy League institutions, warning them. I'm going to read part of it to you. Okay, so this is like they call them white shoe law firms. It doesn't really mean anything other than like back in the day, I guess everybody used to have these fancy shoes when they went to work at these law firms. They wrote, "Dear Deans," so these are the deans of the law schools, everyone at our law firms is entitled to be treated with respect and be free of any conduct that targets their identity and is offensive, hostile, intimidating, or inconsistent with their personal dignity and rights. We prohibit any form of harassment, whether verbal, visual, or physical. Over the last several weeks, we've been alarmed at reports of anti-Semitic harassment, vandalism, and assaults on college campuses, including rallies calling for the death of Jews and the elimination of the state of Israel. I do believe that was at UPenn. Thank you very much. Such anti-Semitic activities would not be tolerated at any of our firms. You see where they're going. We would also not tolerate outside groups engaging in acts of harassment and threats of violence, as has also been occurring on many of your campuses. As educators at institutions of higher learning, it is imperative that you provide your students with the tools and guidance to engage in the free exchange of ideas, even on emotionally charged issues, in a manner that affirms the values we all hold dear and rejects unreservedly that which is antithetical to those values. There is no room for anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, racism, or any other form of violence, hatred, or bigotry on your campuses, in our workplaces, and in our communities. And then they basically go on to say, look, as employers who recruit from each of your law schools, we need to make sure that you're giving us kids and future lawyers that will not intimidate, bully, and harass in our law firms. So we don't really want to hire from your places. Now, do we? This is great. I mean, I would have worded it even more strongly. They're lawyers. They're being oddly, like, sort of weirdly diplomatic. They need to come out stronger. But they did say, we trust you will take the same unequivocal stance against such activities as we do, and we look forward to a respectful dialogue with you to understand how you're addressing with urgency this serious situation at your law schools. The answer is fire the president of the university. Look at the Columbia woman. So she was born in Egypt. She migrated here when she was like 5, I guess, went to Amherst, London School of Economics, has all the right credentials, but she is somehow quite tolerant. The university, Columbia University, is weirdly tolerant of this stuff. And I'm sorry, like, I mean, I wear the First Amendment right on my sleeve. This is not okay. Bill Ackman's right. What do you think would happen if someone who was part of the quote unquote protected class, well, why is the Jewish kid not part of the protected class? Why is it okay for a group to assail him? And then apparently they were covering him with scarves. I mean, this is nuts.